Oh, I wish I could say I'm in a better mood right now, but I am not. Those damn. This- Oh, oh. There it goes. Oh. Ah. Well, the arachnoiditis is back. The lightning between both legs is like trying to ride a rainstorm out, but you really can't. Take the medications that I need to take. Do they work? Yes, but the problem is when it gets really severe, it sucks. Trust me. It's rare. There's no cure. And great. I don't even have my cap on. I'm already straightening my glasses. It's not a fun thing. It's a rare disease. People can live through it, but the thing is, though, I mean, if you're working and if you get zapped really bad, you can fall. All right, I can tell you that right now because that's happened to me a few times already this past week. Um, but each time I catch myself, so I don't land on my ass or break my back, or whatever the case may be. Not fun, right? Hmm. And the worst feeling about it is when the lightning goes through my legs, then all of a sudden I feel like, you say pins and needles and all that. It feels like spiders. And you kind of feel them all over, you feel them between both legs. And you're wondering what the heck is going on. It feels like pins and needles, but something else is going on. Feels like spiders, but it's not spiders. It's not fun. And you can whack yourself in the legs so many times realizing that, your leg's numb, but you don't feel it. Your leg gets numb, but yet you feel spiders. How fun is that? So there's no cure for it. It's rare, from what I'm reading, from what I was reading, and it's just, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating because I don't want to fall. I don't want assistance from an assistant care place unless I'm doing some kind of thing. And then I find out that's okay. Now, one thing I did look at actually is uh, this when I filed for disability, they didn't put into consideration the surgery I had done in August of last year. They did everything as far as from January of last year to 2024. Well, you would think and it's possible when I did do this, I filed this in 2024. So that's the reason why they went so, didn't go far into 2024 because I didn't file this in 2025. What does it fucking matter? Seriously. I mean, it's just, I could say the system's fucked up, but I won't because I know the system is all being screwed anyway from the Trump administration. If anyone believes me with what Trump is doing, you can flip the finger. Just do it. I mean, that middle finger. If you want to do both, do so. Please. I would do it. But right now, I'm trying to rub this out of my legs. Oh, God. Seriously, it feels like spiders and needles and pins. Oh, my. So it is what it is. It's not is what it is. Plain and simple, it's a pain in my fucking ass because what happens is, see, some of the things that happens when you have arachnoiditis is that it feels like you have something wet coming from your behind. When there really isn't anything wet coming from behind, you think, oh, I just had an accident. But you didn't. You check your underwear all the time, making sure I didn't shit my pants, did I? I didn't pee my pants, did I? No. But it's a sensation that you get, and it sucks. Because you're wondering to yourself, did I or didn't I? You know, mentally, it's supposed to take a toll out of you. Getting depressed. Do I get depressed? I think today it's happened. To be honest with you, but not to a point where I'm gonna go, into a, things of rage or anything or do anything to myself. I do my best to stay positive also, but when it gets severe like this, I just want to break down in tears because it's not fun. You know, I mean, I can be funny. Uh, I can be really funny right now and say that, can't say that. I feel like we're in a suppressed state right now. I mean, yeah, Colorado. I mean, I feel like sometimes that we should secede from the union. And other states that don't believe in Trump, secede. Why the fuck not? If you don't believe in what he has to say, secede and start our own government. Or the dickhead in DC. Well, stick Utah in the east and see, whoever is more liberal in the East Coast, move it west. So it's a hands off. Utah can get Utah can get Massachusetts, and Massachusetts gets where Utah is. Problem is, I don't think Massachusetts would want to move. It's a great city on the East Coast. I mean, I love Boston. And you take away that history from Boston, from Massachusetts. I'm a total idiot for even thinking about it. That which liberal states can take over Utah. So from the west USA and east USA, who can they swap? Hmm. I'm sure anyone with beachfront probably wouldn't want to swap. So you can pretty much say adios to that idea. Um, let's see. There really isn't anything. I mean, you can go to New Jersey. Eh, no, you can't move New Jersey to Utah. That's just insulting New Jersey. Uh, the only thing, I mean, Utah is a beautiful state. Don't get me wrong. Yet the thing is, they'd be feeling like a fish out of water because here in the West, predominantly liberal. Look at Arizona right now. They're fighting. They're infighting whether they're either liberal or they're Democrat. Well, liberal and Democrat are the same thing, but Republican and Democrat is what is the big thing. They're a purple state now. You never know what you're going to expect until it happens. Colorado for some time, was a very conservative state. I hated it. I wanted to move back east, and now, I mean, who knows what's going to happen because we're going to be uh, in 2026. You know, we're going to be looking for a new governor. Heaven help us here. I mean, I could do it, but I wouldn't be graduated from college yet. There's so many things I would change around here. My God. For what Trump says that he wants to do and all that. You know something? I have to say, fuck you. Colorado's going to do what they're going to do without your help. Why not? You know, everyone can speak their mind, right? Yeah. You have Musk, the rat, the dirty, dirty rat, spewing his own sputum all over the place. Do you really want that? Not here in Colorado. It's supposed to be taking, you know, you know, people who commit crimes a lot from the states, but they're also taking people who have not committed any crimes. Huh? Someone hasn't committed a crime. I would say, send them home. They didn't commit any crimes. Okay, do a background check. Oh, it looks like this person, Doctor Hala 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 Hala, did not commit any crimes. Therefore, we'll send them home. Makes sense to me. Send them home. And on your way home, flip them off. No, don't do that because if you did that, Then they're throwing you in jail for mocking a, should we say, a, a, a federal employee. It's to a time where people do need to speak up and say enough of this fucking shit. You know, we the people means us, not the government. The government has to follow the rules of the Constitution, right? In this state, we have a high school dropout for a congresswoman. Her name is Boebert. Does that make sense? No. A high school dropout. I did the research on it, and it's true. She carries a gun in her pants, and she was seen one time, I guess it was last week, I don't remember from what I understand, with Kid Rock at 2:30 in the morning. Ugh. Think of the atrocities those two were doing. I don't even want to think about it. So, eh, God, now just cut that in my head. I can't get it out. Yeah. Anyway, so, but there needs to be laws laid down. If you can run for Congress, you can run for Congress. You need at least a college diploma. The ones that aren't in Congress that don't have a degree in college, get them the fuck out of there. You need at least 4 years of, you know, some kind or maybe an associate's degree before you're allowed to run for Congress. If you don't have that degree, then get the hell out. But you need to have a specialization in something, don't you? Yes, you do. I mean, supposedly to be a president, you have to be a member of the army, or any army, navy, air force, marines. It's a great place to start. Well, hey, there are other places you can go also, and it's just not what you think. Do you want to think about it? I don't know. Do we? I don't know. Yes. No. Maybe. No. Yes. This is me. Yes. This is how I speak. Yes. This is what I'm upset with. Why? Because there are people that are being fired that shouldn't be fired, even on a probationary period. I mean, these people are just got their jobs for God's sake. Keep them in there. You know, now they're going to be out of work. The ACLU should be put on this. Even it's you know they want to get rid of unions when Trump said, oh no, our unions are what we need to go by. This is what we need. They're our backbone. Then grow a backbone and tell the unions that they can keep their unions. Don't tell us that they can't. If they don't, because if they hear it from us, they get mad at Musk, but they don't hear it from Trump, so that way they can't get married. Married. You might say they're married to Trump. Musk and Trump are married. Why not? Question is, who's the first lady, Trump or Musk? Hmm, that's a good question. Who? Who? I got one more minute here on this. But the question is, I understand we need to bring down the costs, but in the process doesn't mean you need to uh, fire people in the process. These are good, hard working people, and Musk wants to bring people between 19 and 24 in. Fuck him. He's not president. We didn't vote for him, did we? We didn't. Musk, the rat, the dirty, dirty rat, that he is, should be just kicked out on his ass. You gotta get some sort of vermin control and get him the fuck out of there. It's the truth. He is the vermin that actually translates for Trump what Trump wants to say, but Trump doesn't want to say it because Musk is a lot more meaner looking. He's a rat, a dirty, dirty rat. All right. So my first 15 minutes are now gone, and now on to other fun things to talk about. Give me a quick moment, and we shall figure this shit out. Right? Right. I mean, you take a look. There's a lot of things that we need to need to understand, and that's what do we do? We always talk to our congressman and let them know, something. Maybe, yeah, it's too early in the party. Let's do a wait and see thing. That's a crock of shit. I can tell you that right now. Because it's only going to get worse. And if you let it get worse, then you're all going to be in deep shit. And you know it. Contact your congressman and let them know the president's a dick. Impeach him. Right? Right. Okay. So, anyway, back to what we were talking about. And that's a different subject. Uh, but yeah, I mean, so I swear, I feel like I have like another, let's see, it's two, I feel like I should have another 8 legs growing on me, because I've turned into a spider. Oh, yes. Spider Man! But I have 8 legs instead of two. That would make sense. If you have spider feelings, that means I get the tingle, the spider sense inside me. Only spider sense I get inside me is what is evil that's lurking in Washington, D.C. Hmm. Anyway, what could we make of this? Except for the fact that I've been trying my best not to talk about politics, but it's hard not to. I mean, we see what's going on. We watch, I try now to stay away from the news. The only news I'll watch is actually the late night stuff where it actually gets me laughing. I rather laugh about what's going on in international news with, our country and how idiotic some of our leaders are. Seriously. I mean, like I said, it's about we the people. We the people can give the Constitution a new constitution, the right to fart anywhere you want. Guess who does that anyway? So here's that. Let's see, right to let's see, should have many more rights. Uh, we should have the ACLU tell the Congress to f off anytime we want because you know it's not just minorities. You know, it's everyone who wants that wants to change or there are some people that just unfortunately have born into a gender. I mean, it's about equal rights. It's about the right to have a job. uh you know it's called equal rights. Everyone has them, and literally Musk is saying fuck them. Well, we should have the legal right to say fuck you. If you don't give me my job back, we're gonna have lawsuit against you, buddy. Let's see how you do now. I'd love to see more people get rid of their uh, Tesla cars. You're not going to see it here in Colorado. People who can make the money and all that, they love the Teslas. There's got a slight problem with that, though. And this is with any electric car. And we're talking batteries here. When you're in a cold environment, it sucks a little bit more energy from your it sucks a little bit more energy from your car. So, plus any of those cars are so fucking ugly. including that truck they had that looks like an inverted porta potty that from the 70s that I'm sure if you've seen them, they're metal, they're turned around, and you piss in them. I'm talking about men, I'm not talking about women here. It's like, turn over those things and you realize it looks like Tesla. I get to pee in my own back. I get to pee in my own car. Wow. I'm only getting in 1 year. Let me see what else do we have the right to. One thing we do not have a right to is masturbate in front of other people. Other people should be just thrown in jail. Another thing we shouldn't have a right to uh, have sex in public places, especially when you can hear someone go in a bathroom or at a table or whatever the case may be. No one wants to hear that shit. Then let's see, there are other things that we should not have the right to do. Sit in the back of a theater or there's no one else around when the movie's been out for so long and do the dirty deed. You know, someone who did the dirty deed in front of everyone, but it was not in the back where other people could see. Shame, 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 shame. Uh, Another thing we shouldn't do, another constitutional right, we should not try or wish anyone to be severely harmed. Okay, doesn't matter. We can hate someone, you know, up to a point. You know, if there is violence, and I'm not talking about the government, any school or anything like that. If someone, it's an eye for an eye thing. It's not, oh, this person's going to spend 3 life sentences in jail. Well, he's still living while the others are dead. Give me a fucking break. If you're going to shoot children, you're going to shoot humans, men, women, whoever it may be. Get a shooting squad since they're guilty and put them out of their misery because they don't want to be, you know, it's usually sometimes some of these people in the prisons themselves watch the news too, and they can see the same thing, and the person who's in jail could actually get killed themselves. Because all of a sudden, let's say the person that got killed, the bastard who is in jail now is the marked target. So you might as well put him out of the misery, right? Right. So it's just you need control. It'll take away unless it's a military style weapon. Uh, Cartridges that are no more than 10, but only used in other circumstances. And that is to protect yourself, not to go, and just say, hey, guess what? I'm just going to go do this. If you're going to do that, you're mentally unstable. You know it, right? Or you can listen to me and say, what the fuck is this idiot talking about, right? If you know someone that's mentally unstable and has a gun, get the gun away from them before they go bonkers on somewhere. It's not needed. Trust me. If you know someone that has a gun, isn't exactly all there, find out where they had the gun and take it away from them. I mean, that's the safest way I could think of to really get these people to stop doing what they're doing because they get that little look in their eyes, they're going to do something, going to do something, going to be my gun, and all of a sudden they get their gun. Hold on, I thought I had that in there. Well, let me think back. What happened? Ah, shit! I gotta buy a new gun. But by then, you've already been reported to have unstable thoughts in your head and realize that you can't even purchase a gun because you wrote something on a social network that you're going to do this, or you felt like this, so you're going to do this, or you're going to do that, or you can do whatever you feel like. If you know someone that's depressed or has or is mentally not all there, take the guns away from them. That's a start, right? I'd like to think it is. Or report them, you know? Have the cops do a lawful search because you think this person is not mentally stable. I mean, you're concerned about your friend, but yet you're afraid they're going to do something else. That way, you're given the permission to get that taken care of before it actually happens. Makes sense to me. And you can't, predict the future, but if someone has one, that person does not have the right to own a gun. Am I right? Yes. At least I'm sure I know of other few people that feel the same way as I do. If you know people that are mentally unstable that have a gun, report them, let them know what they've been thinking. Have a cop show up, say we have a suspicious, we've seen a note, we've seen this, we've seen that, and realize that you're unstable to own a gun. So we're coming here to take it away from you. You can't take that away from me. Well, we've been found out recently that you're been a little acting a little off the wall. You have a gun and you've been writing these messages that you're going to be doing something. So we're going to take your gun away from you. Or if this person, or if the person said person's going to, think they're going to do something, but they don't want to hurt anyone, but they at least they still have their sanity about them. Turn your gun in. I have a few friends that have done that already. They've turned their guns in because mentally just they don't didn't feel that they should own one. It makes sense. It's about control. If someone can literally be, uh, you know, be seen enough to realize that I'm not all there. I better turn on my gun before I do something wrong. It's a safer world. It's like well, you could say it's a safe world after all. It's a safe world after all. It isn't. It's not in this country, at least. There's some countries that that are very very strict with their gun laws. Hell, I'm going to move to New Zealand or Australia. Why the fuck not? They have stringent, very, very strong, things with laws when it comes to guns. I'd move there if I had the money in a split second. Yeah, I love my family. I love my family very much, but why not? I mean, there are people out there that are even I don't know how do I put it. The ones that can, walk and follow you and just, they get closer and closer until boom, some snaps, and they get you. Your followers. You know, there are people out there that do stalkers. Stalkers are dangerous. We all know that. We've known stalkers that have done bad things. They've shot people or done this or done that, You gotta be afraid of everyone out there. We live a paranoid lifestyle. And it shouldn't have to be that way. What we need is someone to lead us to where we don't have to feel that way. The stress, the anxiety, to feel like we did something wrong where we have to feel like this all the time. It's a nervous tick. When people feel that way, they get that way. Okay? I have a nervous tick. With me, it's more like, all right, let's get this out there. People need to know. I mean, because no one's really been, watching this right now doesn't mean they'll possibly will watch it later on. Maybe not. Only because no one's seen this means, well, what am I gonna do? You did plenty much. people, look at it right now. And the problems with facial hair is that sometimes if you eat something that you have something that kind of like sticks to your lip. Make us a brownie. In my case, a brownie. I need to learn to talk more clear. So I've been told, which I agree with. So let's get something a little bit more different, shall we? Okay, let's do this.